What's up, everybody, man? It's your boy, Mr. Dude. Coming at y'all with another video, man. And today, man, I'm going to talk about a couple of other trades that took place besides the Miami Heat trade. You had the Golden State Warriors trading D'Angelo Russell to the Minnesota Timberwolves for Andrew Wiggins. You had the Detroit Pistons trading Andre Drummond to the Cleveland Cavaliers, and you had the New York Knicks trading Marcus Morris to the Los Angeles Clippers for Mo Harkless, yo. Before I get into this video, man, for everyone, if you want to give me a follow on Instagram, or send me a friend request on Facebook. I'm gonna have my Instagram and my Facebook information down in the description box. Come give me a follow on the gram. Come send me a request on the book. Come holler at your boy, yo. First, man, I'm gonna start off with the Golden State Warriors and Minnesota Timberwolves swapping D'Angelo Russell and Andrew Wiggins for each other. Believe it or not, man, I actually think this is one of the rare trades that works out perfectly for both teams. First off, when you look at the Minnesota Timberwolves, man, they haven't really had a true point guard. You know, they had Jeff Teague a couple of years ago, you know, when they made the playoffs as an AC. You know, he's an okay player, man, but he's not really considered a dynamic point guard. And that's just something they never really had, man, to go along, you know, with Karl Anthony Towns, yo. You know, a guy who's obviously a really good, talented player down low on the block that could, you know, one day be a perennial all-star. Big skilled guy, but you know, needs a point guard, doesn't have that. And he gets D'Angelo Russell to go over there and play with him. It's kind of like a little throwback Minnesota thing, like an old Stephon Marbury, Kevin Garnett type of little deal. And it's crazy that you got the number one and number two picks, you know, from that 2015 NBA draft, you know, playing together in Minnesota. Karl Anthony Towns went number one to Minnesota. D'Angelo Russell went number two to the Lakers. I think it's gonna make for a good, you know, 1-2 punch, man. D'Angelo Russell is having a career year, you know, in scoring. You know, he did really good last year with Brooklyn. He was doing great with the Warriors this season, you know, especially when you know, with the absence of Steph Curry, with him getting the chance to really thrive, you know, and be the lead guard in that situation with Curry and Clay being out. But him going to Minnesota, a nice young 1-2 punch for Minnesota. I think that's a good move for them, man. And I think Timberwolves fans should be happy, you know, for the future. And when you look at the Golden State Warriors, yo, obviously this is a lost season for them. With Steph Curry being injured, Klay Thompson being injured, you know, coming off of the ACL injury. I think they also get a first round pick from Minnesota for next year. And right now Minnesota currently is not in the playoffs, so the Warriors would have would have basically two lottery picks next season if Minnesota doesn't make the playoffs. Not to mention, you know, Andrew Wiggins. I know a lot of people down on him, feel like he don't really have a great passion for the game, and that very well may be the case. But you know, he kind of got like a similar skill set somewhat to, you know, a Harrison Barnes whenever Harrison Barnes was there, you know, before Kevin Durant got there. The thing for the Warriors, man, is next season. Next season is their time to look to bounce back and get back into being one of the dominant teams in the Western Conference. You know, they'll get a healthy Steph Curry back. They'll get a healthy Klay Thompson. They got Draymond Green back. You know, and now they're going to have a guy in Andrew Wiggins who could, you know, obviously he's not a Kevin Durant, you know, but kind of like before they got Durant, the Harrison Barnes role, playing that small forward position. And with these two lottery picks that they could potentially have, you know, they could address the center position and address their bench. So I think not this season, but for next season, I think the Golden State Warriors are sitting really pretty, yo. And the Minnesota Timberwolves got a nice little 1-2 punch core, you know, young core going forward for the future. And when you look at the other trade, yo, the Detroit Pistons send Andre Drummond to the Cleveland Cavaliers for basically for a box of Lucky Charms, a brand new washer and dryer, and a set of spoons. It's like basically they ain't getting nothing in return for him, man. But in fairness to them, yo, Drummond I think had an opt out clause after this season where he could have opted out and basically Detroit would be left not well, they didn't get nothing anyway, but be left not getting nothing at all. And there's all indications, appeared that he wasn't going to stay there. So, for Detroit, it's tough, man. A team that had a lot of promise, a couple of years ago, with Blake Griffin, Drummond, Andre Drummond, I'm sorry, Andre Drummond, Reggie Jackson, who he's okay, but I don't think he as good as people think he is. Derrick Rose over there. But, with Blake Griffin basically, constantly being injured. And Andre Drummond was having a career season with points. But the fear of him becoming a free agent and leaving him high and dry because the organization is just not being ran well like it was back in the early 2000s under Joe Dumars, when they made 2 straight NBA Finals appearances. This is the type of things that happen, man. You have a young budding star and you basically got to just give them away. Now for the Cleveland Cavaliers, they didn't really give up much, so they get a chance to get him in their building and they feel like maybe we could convince him to stay. I don't know if he's going to eventually want to sign long-term with them either, but, they didn't really give up much to get him, so it doesn't hurt for them to, try it out. And then you had the New York Knicks and the Washington Wizards and the Los Angeles Clippers making a trade. Mo Harkless goes to the New York Knicks. Isaiah Thomas and Marcus Morris goes to the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, there's word that the Clippers will waive Isaiah Thomas. So obviously he's gonna be out there. But man, like the Clippers are the favorites to win it all, yo. This is a big time pickup for them getting Marcus Morris. He is a huge upgrade from Mo Harkless, yo. When you consider this guy is having a career high in points and a career high in 3-point percentage, he's another scorer for them, yo. They already have Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Lou Williams, Montrezl Harrell and guys like that could consistently score. And now they get a professional NBA scorer, a guy that could come in, spread the floor, knock down the 3, and go create his own shot also. A huge upgrade, man. That team, to me, like the Clippers are the favorite, Joe. And what makes it even sweeter for them, the Lakers were trying to get Marcus Morris from the Knicks, but the Knicks wanted Kyle Kuzma and Danny Green, and, the Lakers just wasn't willing to go that route. And the Clippers, all they basically gave up was a first-round pick that doesn't matter, and Mo Harkless, who started a lot of games but was not that productive for them. Now they get a guy, Marcus Morris, is going to come in, fill that void right in, for Mo Harkless, and he could put up a whole bunch of points, man, and shoot the 3. I mean, I'm telling you, man, this Clippers team they're the favorites, yo. Like they the favorites. They got scoring. They got perimeter defense. They got Zubac down low that could block a few shots. Montrezl Harrell is like a junkyard dog. He's gonna get rebounds and play tough defense down low and score. Do a lot of low post scoring. This team is they're the best team in the NBA, yo. I feel like unless they have some type of catastrophic injuries like the Golden State Warriors had last season down the stretch, I feel like the Clippers should win it all. And they already got a guy like Kawhi Leonard who is absolutely going to thrive, in the playoffs. And Paul George, a guy who has never won a championship, he's looking forward to this opportunity. And they have Doc Rivers, man, who was one of the most well-respected head coaches in the NBA, a guy that's won a championship, with a team like this in Boston that had a whole nice collection of talent. So he knows how to deal with these type of players. And he also has a good coaching staff with guys like, Ty Lue, who won a championship, and guys like Sam Cassell, who you would believe one day soon in the near future would eventually get a head coaching job. Big time move by the Clippers, yo. Like I said, me personally, I think they're the favorites to win it all now. But with that being said, man, that's all I got for y'all today. Appreciate y'all checking out the video. Go on, hit the like button for your boy and give me a subscribe, man. I'm going to have Miami Heat and NBA content throughout the year. Also, this coming Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Pacific, I'm going to do a live Q&A. Y'all can come on there, ask me anything, tell me anything. I'll answer your questions, respond to your comments, and give you a shout out on the live, yo. Y'all should join me. It'll be some good stuff. Until then, man, y'all have a blessed one. Let's go Heat.